Hi everybody, this is Liam Martin from Running Remote, and in today's episode we are going to be talking about which US cities are the most remote work friendly. There are some cities that are actually pretty bad at supporting remote workers, and there are some cities that are fantastic. So stay tuned, like this video, subscribe to this video, it helps out the algorithm quite a bit, and let's get into it. So a lot of the time I'm gonna be looking at my screen because there's actually a lot of interesting census data that's starting to come out for remote work, and I am referencing two particular blog posts here. The number one is havenlife.com. They have some census data on remote work, and the other one is pragly.com, and they have a remote work trends document which has been pretty interesting as well. Both of those will be linked down below so you can check them out after this video, but fundamentally there are some interesting facts that are coming out of remote work. So in 2005, there are approximately 4.8 million remote workers in the United States, meaning people that worked full-time remote. There are now 7.9 million. So that's an increase of 44%. And here's the interesting part of this, is that is also now on an exponential curve since approximately 2016. So in 2015, as an example, we had remote work was at approximately 4.5%, and now it is approaching the 6.5 to 7% mark, I believe, for the end of 2019, going into 2020. So very exciting stuff. We're starting to see really that growth curve arc, and it's projected that 50% of the US workforce will be working remotely by 2027, which is still kind of a crazy statistic when you think about it. That's only basically 7 years away, but still, that's what a lot of these kind of brains in jars at the Census Bureau and statisticians and sociologists are thinking about all day long. So interesting to see how that is coming about and how you can prepare for it. So the question that you really want an answer to is, what are the most remote work friendly places in the United States? And we looked at two different articles on this, or companies that were supplying data. One was Haven Life and one was pragly.com. And they actually have slight differences in terms of their data, which is quite interesting. So Pragly puts Encinitas, California at 9.57%, working full-time remotely, an income of $103,842 on average. I think that's household income. And the city is about 50,000 people. So there's a lot of remote workers in Encinitas. Number two is San Clemente, California at 8.56%, 101,000 generalized income and adult population of 50,000. The third place is Highlands Ranch, Colorado at 8.32%, about $116,000 household income, 74,000 people. Frisco, Texas is number 4 at 8.31%, 120,000 average household income, population of 106,000. Alpharetta, Georgia, which I've never heard of before, 8.3%. 98,000 average income and 46,000 people. An honorable mention to Boulder, Colorado, which is the home of a lot of remote first companies that I personally know, 7.97% full-time remote, average income 64,183, and there's 86,000 people of adults in Boulder, Colorado. In comparison, the Haven Life article mentions Carlsbad, California, which is actually pretty darn close, I believe, to Encinitas and San Clemente. They're both in the San Diego area. They're saying adults working from home is 15.1%, medium income 101,000, medium home value, which is quite interesting, is $839,000, which is absolutely bonkers. Second place, Frisco, Texas, which also Pragly has in conjunction. They say it's 13.7% of adults working remotely, medium home value $417,000, medium income $122,000. Boulder, Colorado comes in third place for havenlife.com. Adults working from home, 13.4%, medium income $66,000, medium home value $708,000. pretty expensive. I believe the prices in Boulder are just going through the roof at this point. Scottsdale, Arizona is number 4 for the Haven Life article. Adults working from home, 12.5%, medium income, 88,000. Medium home value, 479,000. I've spent quite a lot of time in Scottsdale. That medium home value doesn't seem right to me, but maybe it is. Maybe there's just a lot of dilapidated areas that I'm not really seeing, but shit's expensive in Scottsdale. And then number 5, Roseville, California at 12.2% of adults working from home. So those are 2 interesting data sets. It looks like there is some correlation, something like Boulder and Frisco, Texas, which are in both of those data points. Whenever I see one data point, I usually try to actually find a second one and see if they correlate properly. In this case, they didn't necessarily correlate, so there might be truth in between of those 2 data sets. I'll link them down below, but here's one thing that we absolutely know that is happening. Remote work is absolutely exploding in high income areas. So there seems to be a very interesting correlation between the amount of income that a particular area makes and the percentage of individuals that go remote. Also, it seems to me, at least for me analyzing this data, small towns, well, large towns and small cities are actually the places where remote work is exploding the most. And this makes perfect sense to me. If you actually have a city of, let's say, 100,000 to 150,000 people with a university inside of it, it is the absolute best place to be able to get low cost of living, but high quality of life. And this works perfectly for remote work agreements because high value, high income remote workers can work out of those areas, get access to all of the things that they would have enjoyed in larger cities, but at a fraction of the cost. So some interesting insights that are coming out of the data. I'm quite interested to see what happens over the next year. If you're quite interested about what is happening over the next year, one of the best ways to be able to figure out what the hell is going on is to like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel because it's absolutely free. And you literally can get this information completely for free because I put it up for free. It's on YouTube, which is completely free. I don't know if you knew that. Also, if you like this video, comment and subscribe to this channel, you'll actually be in the running for a free ticket to Running Remote, which is the conference that we run, which is the largest conference on building and scaling remote teams. So after you've done that, I'll see you in the next video.